really good quality M16s. Is even though I've done all the holes for the M10 to fit, like so, and into that one, like so. Yeah, I've decided to beef them up, so I've gone and bought really good quality M16s. So I'm going from that to that. I feel a lot more confident that these will be a lot sturdier. They're not going to bend the forces. I may be going over the top, but it just looked like that was a bit weedy. And the only reason why that sort of triggered that is because these were M14s, and I thought, you know what, I might just beef up the other ones as well. So I'm still happy with these M14s. They're a bit short though, so I've had to go and buy some longer ones like this one. So this is an M14 high tensile, slightly longer, although it's a coarse thread, but I've got nylock nuts on there. They're literally, I think, 20 mil longer. Not much, but it's enough to get a decent purchase on the thread. So yeah, that's what triggered the M16 changeover. Here's the new version of the M14. So you can see it's about 20 mil longer. So that's the M14. These are the M16s. And that's the M14s. These are the old M10s. You'll also notice they're 180s, which are a bit quite long, and they weren't cheap either. But then, what price can you put on your safety? Last thing I want is the bed and the box to snap off when we're going off-road. Anyway, that's the thing I've done. So back to the drawing board, which basically means all these holes have to be enlarged to fit that fella in there. Not only that, the actual these bits underneath have to be widened. There should be enough meat on that to get there, so that has to be turned into M16. These have to be made into M16, and that has to be made into M16. And with this one, like I said in my previous videos, that's a slot to allow the bolt to pivot up and down like that, which means I have to make a slot at M16. That's not easy, so I'm using a guide plate to sort of drill a hole down here and then another hole up here, and then file the rest in between. I'm leaving it till almost the end of the day because it was 39 degrees today, and my shed turned into the oven, and I feel like I've got enough, you know, when you get enough sun for one day. I was only out there for a couple of hours at the truck. I have no roof or shed, and I felt I had enough sun for one day, and it's only now that I'm out. Tomorrow isn't going to be any better. Tomorrow's going to be 46 degrees centigrade. Can you believe it? Yes, there we go, Western Australia for you. Oh, and the other thing I have to do, there's a centering washer in the middle of this bung, which now is going to have to be drilled out to M16-2, and getting them out is a bit of a pain, so I'm using the original bolt to get it out. And they basically make sure that when the bolt goes in from one end to the other, it's centered at the other end, so it's not sort of sitting biased one way or the other, it's sitting in the center. So I have to get that out, to get them out first, then drill them out. And if you've ever tried to drill thin washers, they're not easy. I have to do that 4 times. So there we go, just a little extra there. I'm making these holes bigger for the 16mm bolts. So I'm using this big block of steel to guide it, because obviously there's a hole already there, and clamping it to the pedestal drill just to make life a little bit easier to get the hole right, because you need that funny oval shape to, you know, to make the thing wiggle, the waggly wiggly thing of the bolt. So yeah, I've explained it before, so that it can rock back and forth this way, that way. I can't really show you. Yeah, that way. Anyway, I'm not going to show you drilling it, but I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. So it's all clamped in. So I've just drilled the corresponding top plate that attaches to the bed. It's been done as well, because they all have to be drilled by that 16mm drill bit. So yeah, that's the last of them. And now I'm going to assemble them and see what they look like. They should be fine. Same concept as before, going from 10mm M10 to M16. So I've done the holes, and now I'm going to ream them out. Here's the reamer. It's a bit bent, so I'm having to use it on a cordless drill. If I put it on my normal reaming tool, it just vibrates like crazy and it doesn't do the job. So I've clamped one of the brackets in. You can see the hole is not quite straight, which is what happens when you have to do 2 holes with a 16mm. So I'm just gonna get rid of these little bits that stick out and get it more flat, so it's more of an oval shape, so that the actual bolt can move that way and this way. So I'm about to do that. Not that you can see it with my camera. And that's what I'm going to do next. That's better. Looks much better. So I'm trying to put this washer in now that I've made it bigger. So you've got to push it through here, force it in. So that's the first bit in there. And then you have to try and maneuver it down to the next compartment. So I found the best way is to catch it on the inside of that thing and give it a tap. And now you can see it's gone down to the bottom part. And that's it. Then you get the big M16 with the washer that I re-drilled to an M16. Put that through. Try and line it up with this, so I can just see it, and you'll see it just, it's a bit awkward, but you may not be able to see this, so I've missed it, and I'm just getting it through there. Okay, bastard. There we go. Oh. Yeah, the other one's definitely easier. I think I should have checked first before I put it in.